Hey guys, Jason here with the Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. Today we're going to talk for a quick minute behind this tailgate here about a tip and a suggestion for you that's going to make something, it's a convenience factor, also a great recovery option, and there's a lot of advantages to it. But what we are talking about is why I carry two full length, the length of my bed, 2x4s in my truck. I've had them in my F-150s all during hunting season. I do it now with this truck. I just got done setting it up, but we're going to talk about the advantages to it. So when I drop this, you can see here that I have two 2x4s that are full length size. They run from when my bed is closed, my tailgate's closed, they go from the tailgate to the cab, and they're perfect fit. I cut them exactly so that that way they don't shift around or bounce around. They stay right where I put them at, and they come in very handy. Why do you want to have two full-length 2x4s? What's the advantage of it? Well, first off, the advantage is that I can use it for a convenience factor for a ramp. So if I'm out there and I kill deer, I can take this 2x4 and I can take this 2x4 and I can set them right here like this. Now my driveway is on kind of a ramp here, so they're a little steeper than it would be, but I can take that, and then when I have a deer in my jet sled, I can pull that up and prop that deer right against here, just like you're seeing right here, so it's there. And then I can drag that deer up into the jet sled, up into the bed of the truck. So I don't have to fight to try and lift that and hike it up here, coming around on the other side where you guys can see me here. So I don't have to fight to get this jet sled up here. I can set it just like that, have that in position, and then I can use it and pull it up there with the deer in it. As you can see, this one's too high to be able to prop it and lift that way, so it makes it a lot easier if you're doing it by yourself. I don't have tailgate steps on any of my trucks. I would never come around and take the time to open all the mechanics and pull it out and mess with it and put the step up. Your truck already comes with a tailgate step. You already have a way up here that's very easy. So I don't mess with that kind of stuff. You want to get in the bed of your truck, take it from a short guy who, even in a Ford Ranger, I need a step to get into it. So what I do is I use the tire as a truck step. You got a tire right here, you got a handrail right here, you just step on the tire like this, and then you get right up in your truck, just like that. You don't have to fold it up or put it away, it's already there. But then once I'm here, I grab that deer that's in this jet sled, and I can pull that jet sled. The ridge grooves on the bottom of that jet sled keep it from sliding. It doesn't come off of those. I can pull that right up into the bed of my truck, just like that, and have that deer in here, and it was very easy to do, very little resistance on there. Use my truck step to come back down on that tire. So that's one advantage to them. The other convenience advantage is when you have them in here, and you have them cut to the same length you need. So if I put that right here, and I stick this one right here too, and I have them in there, when I close that tailgate, that hits right there and they don't move. Listen to the difference when you're in the woods and you're sliding stands especially and things like that out of the back of your truck. Listen to this. Okay? When you got to reach something there and pull it back, it's very loud. Same with your tree stands. When I put that stuff on these 2x4s, listen to how quiet that is. Makes it really nice, really quiet for moving stuff in and out. Again, with having the ridges under here too, on the bottom of this jet sled, this doesn't come off of there, it stays. So I can take and throw my stands and my sticks right inside of this thing right here, leave it in there. When I get to where I am, I drop my tailgate, I grab this, I drag it back nice and quiet, pull my stands and my stuff out, put it back in. The stands keep the weight in there so the thing doesn't move. The 2x4s won't move because they are basically pinned between here and there, very light pressure. It's not like I'm pushing them too hard, but they're held in place there when I close that. That whole setup there doesn't move. It keeps it all together. So that's one advantage again for convenience factor. Now, the recovery aspect of this. This is where it's important. If I am out there, I carry a White Scott power puller. It's a 12,000 pound basically cast iron, come along with AM steel blue rope on it. The thing's amazing. I've done videos on it. I've talked about it in my vehicle recovery one. I've done videos on just that power puller. It's basically a winch, or if you have a winch. But either way, sometimes you get stuck in a power line and you don't have the luxury of having a tree to tie off to, which can be the case sometimes. So taking it out of the way so you can see I have a shovel mounted right there. In my F-150s, it was a flat trans hump in there, and it was real easy for me to hide that under my seat and behind there. In this truck, I got too much stuff in there already, so I actually mounted it right there. It's just a simple $10 shovel. I've never had a truck in 25 years that does not have a shovel in it. One of the most valuable tools you can have. So that having a shovel in there is huge. So I have the shovel. I can take this, if I am stuck on a power line, I can take this 2x4, go out there, you know, 50 feet, 70 feet in front of my truck, dig a trench with that shovel and drop this in with a tow strap wrapped around it, and it gives me a dead man anchor. Then I can actually winch my truck and pull out, and this will be that tree that we don't have that I'm tied onto. So it's functional for that. Very, very nice feature for that, to be able to get you out of there on self-recovery. Other thing, here's another piece that I got to show you. I can take this 2x4 that's back here. I have a handsaw in my truck all the time. One of my ARS or my Silky saws, they're always in a truck. In seconds, I can cut a few of these pieces off like this. I can use these for wheel cleats. Wheel cleats are the #1 way to self-recovery, and very few people know about them. I talked about them in the vehicle recovery one. They're incredible. We even just had a art van truck that got stuck down my back road. They missed a turn and came in there and got pinned down in soft sand back there. There were guys trying to tow them out. They couldn't move them, couldn't budge them, couldn't do nothing. I walked over there with them, and then we grabbed a few of these 2x4s and strapped them on our wheels, and he drove himself right out of there like nothing. These are amazing. You take this wheel, or this, you cut it into a few pieces. You take your tie-down straps, which you see up there in the back corner of my truck, plus I got another, almost a dozen of them. I think I got 10 of them inside the truck. A couple of ratchet straps, and a few of these are vital. But you take and cut that piece of board down, and you lay it right on your tire like this, strap it around the back, put a loop over it on the back, bring it right through your spoke and right around it there, and just tighten it up, and you leave it stick out that far. And then as you start to drive slowly, but as you drive, this will spin around, and what's going to happen, it's going to come around, it's going to hit, and when it does, it is going to lift your wheel out and give you traction, and it is going to pull you out. So you put one on each wheel, right there, one on each of the back wheels, and they'll take you out. I have enough 2x4 that I could put them on all 4 wheels, and enough straps so that if I needed to, I could. In my F-150, I had locking differentials on there, so it was a lot easier to do. This diesel does not have that, so it's open diff. So you're gonna want to have, there is no putting one on this wheel and then one on the front wheel, because of an open differential. Whichever wheel it has the least resistance is the one that gets the power. So if this wheel is stuck, and if I put one of these on this wheel, as soon as that one gets pressure from this and starts, that one will spin, and then this one gets no more power. So with an open differential, I would need, if I want to get the power for all the wheels, I have to actually be able to make 4 of these, one for each wheel. If you have locking differentials, you can do it with just 2 of them. But for most of us with open differential trucks, you would put one on each side of the rear wheel, one here and one on that rear wheel. That's going to be better than one here and then one up front. So you put each one on both of the 2 back wheels. That will usually get you out. If it doesn't, you put 2 more on the front ones with 4 wheels and let that work for you. But it's amazing. So you have them right here already. So they cost a whopping $3, you know, for both boards. And it takes 10 seconds to cut them to length, and they're so multifunctional and so valuable in different ways. So I wanted to take a second and point it out and show it to you. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll be back with more stuff soon. Get yourself a couple 2x4s. Talk to you later. Bye.